So we are here in Steyr, beautiful town in Austria, on the confluence of two rivers, in front of one of the Catholic churches. And maybe Franz, you can just say briefly what's happening here in Steyr.
Yes, about 5 years ago, by the initiative of an older Catholic priest, several people got together to meet, to pray for the city, to get to know each other. I was one of the 3 starters, and in the meantime we have grown to about 12 or 14 men, leaders from the Catholic churches, some theologians, some priests, from the Lutheran Church, from 4 free churches, and several smaller ministries. And so we meet every 2 months to pray, to read the Bible, to worship,
Wonderful.
Sing songs, and get to know each other. And and I think that's something special. The width of our composition is really something new here.
Yes.
Like 20 years ago, there was no contact between free church leaders, pastors, and Catholic leaders, priests. Nothing at all.
Huh.
And now we sit together.
Wonderful.
And not only that, we respect each other and get to know each other, and I think grow together.
And say briefly, the history of persecution in this city is not inconsequential. What, the Waldensians, maybe just say briefly what happened here with the Protestants.
Yeah, the Waldensian Steyr was a center for the Austrian Waldensian movement in the 13th century. That major movement was brought to an end by trials, and about 100 people were burned at the stake. And then when the Reformation arrived in Steyr, it was very much welcomed by the people. So almost the whole town became Protestant. There were only 13 or 18 Catholic citizens left at the peak of the Reformation. When the people were then put before the decision later on, several decades later, to either return to the Catholic Church or to leave the city, about a third of the city left. And Steyr, who had been the second richest city in Austria until that time, became very poor and lost centuries of good people because of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now the streams of the body of Christ are praying together and meeting together.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And it's not a confession, it's not one single church, that's the church, it's the body of believers together.
Amen. Thank you.
You're welcome.